This is what a lot of people have been nursing in their mind because with this issue of Queen Naomi, we don't even know whether it is Naomi that is implicating or has implicated Amzat Oriyomi or the other way around. Of course, a lot of people have opinions because when this whole thing started from the beginning, people just felt that, Naomi, the former wife of the Ooni of Ife, that the matter will not go anywhere. But to the greatest surprise of many, that the whole thing has turned out the way it has turned out, that nobody could ever believe that she could spend Christmas and New Year in custody or in prison, wherever they must have kept her. And some people are like, are you sure it is not the Ooni that is even behind this whole thing? Because ordinarily she would have been released, okay, maybe coming to the police station to be giving accounts or doing investigation and all of that. But unfortunately, that is not how it has turned to. But somebody is coming out to tell us that how dare you disgrace a king on the internet and expect what? But this is coming from a Tade Makinwa, believes that Queen Naomi disgraced the monarch when she said she was not going to marry him again. She went on the internet to say that no man gets to the position of power, influence, wealth, and success by being a weakling. Any woman who tries to make him look like one will be neglected and treated poorly when she needs him the most. No matter the level of love that may exist or may have existed between them. Since the issue of Naomi and the Ibadan stampede happened, I have not even written anything on my wall about it. However, I sincerely feel pity for her because she's someone I've known right from Akure for over 16 years. If you have been on my page for a while, okay, this is what's this man's name talking here? This Makinwa. He says, if you have been on my page for a while, you will know that I have lauded Naomi and written in support of her many times because I like her a lot. But that doesn't even mean I'm unaware of some lapses in how she handled certain things poorly. Since this issue started, one frequent statement I have come across on several social media posts and comment sections is why the king has not even said anything or come out publicly to fight for her or throw his weight behind her. Sorry to say this, but I do not even expect the king to do so. And it will be a disgrace for him to even make such a move. I, as a person, and many other wise people know that the king does not need to say anything publicly to support her or to help the ugly situation. Also, people who are concerned about the king talking and throwing his weight behind her in public now are forgetting that she's no longer his wife. She's an ex-wife. Her resolution method with the king wasn't even handled rightly or wisely. Before you can expect a certain reaction from a certain person during a specific situation, you should first look at the antecedents of their relationships and its dissolution. Mind you, Naomi is not even the first wife to leave the king. The one whom we've thought would cause drama or speculation on the internet handle the situation even better. Till now, none of us can even tell what went wrong between them. The king's honor was preserved and his dignity wasn't even dragged into the open by the woman he once loved. In the life of every powerful man, there are people who are allowed to disrespect him, see him as ordinary, and talk to him anyhow. These are usually his wives or girlfriends, since he shares his nakedness with them. The greatest level of familiarity exists between a man and a woman who sleep together. However, there is a clause to this respect or disrespect. It is only permitted when you two are alone behind closed doors. The moment a woman makes such a man appear weak in public, she loses her place. relevance and respect in his eyes. If not for the current state of the Yoruba culture, what happened to the Yoruba culture? Well, which has been eroded by wokeism, social media attention, and optics. How dare the queen of the Ooni of Ife resolve or dissolve her marriage with him on the internet? How dare you disgrace a god and a deity on the internet? In case you don't know, the Ooni of Ife is the #1 citizen of the Yoruba race. He is a god and a deity that should be worshipped. You can share your nakedness with him in private, tap his head in private and call him whatever names you choose, but you cannot disrespect him in the eyes of the people in the palace, let alone the entire world on the internet. The decadence in our culture is the reason why our queens now parade themselves as TikTok queens with vibes and paparazzi. It is the decadence in our traditions that allows a man like Portable to be sleeping with an ex-widow of the Alaafin of Oyo. It is the same decadence that has gotten into the heads of another queen, enabling her to announce her son as the double crown prince on social media without any sense of decorum, class, or pose. Being with any man who falls into the above described category, whether a first-class king, a high net worth individual, or an influential and wealthy man, requires a level of decorum, courage, and even a way of living. This is an institution. Marrying any of these men comes with a heavy weight to carry, and this is why I said only a few women are made for this life. You think you are, but you are not. You only know about the luxury and attention that come with being married to them, but there's much more. Being with men of that nature requires a level of smartness and foolishness when you are with them, and even when you are no longer with them. Oh, you are confused about the word foolishness, right? Only a bigger fool can have a successful marriage to men up there. I mean, the powerful, the wit and the mighty, a smart yet foolish woman. That is a topic for another day. Let us move forward. For those who are really concerned about whether the king has spoken or not, I would say you didn't pay attention. If you did, you would know that he already spoke, even if not directly. The palace released a statement, and for the very first time since she left the palace, and referred to her as Miss Naomi Ogun Sheyi, even when her name still reads Queen Ogunwusi on her social media pages. When you know you will still need the name, you wouldn't have rubbished it on the internet. She might have apologized to the king in private, but the king actually disgraced her in public, just as she did to him. In the statement released, she was addressed as Miss Naomi Ogunsheyi, her real father's name. You may not think much of it, but that is the palace publicly dissociating itself from her. That is the king telling you she is not his wife, she is not his responsibility, and her dent should not be rubbed on the palace. This is why we always tell people to be very careful about bringing their dirty laundry to wash in public. This is why we kick against using social media to sort out issues related to marriage or other important life matters. There are bridges you don't burn, moves you don't make, and decisions you don't take when dealing with a high net worth man as a woman. Take it or you leave it. Men have egos. It is a whole different thing when you are dealing with an all-sufficient man whose presence in your life is a plus to your reputation and overall personal brand. Imagine a woman coming on social media to break up with Dangote, Tony Elumelu, Rabiu Ogunlesi, the Emir of Kano or the Sultan of Sokoto, and then expecting them to publicly support her in a time of need just because they once loved her or still do. That must be foolish of anyone to think. Men like this didn't even get to that position by being weaklings and by being emotional. Even with their love, they can still let you suffer to teach you a lesson. This is why I said the Ooni of Ife doesn't even need to say anything before pulling strings to help her. However, he sent a message to the public to disgrace her same way she did to him. By the time she's out of this trouble, which I believe she will, she should change her name across social media platforms. She's not the queen to the king, and she's no longer an Ogunwusi. That press release from the palace sent a clear message. As a lady currently in a relationship with a high net worth man or individual, have some sense. There are things I tell the ladies in the inner circle that I can't even see here on the internet. There's much more to it than you think. I like Naomi. I've known her for years, and I don't even judge her for leaving the king. It is her life and her decision. But no one should expect a man she disgraced publicly to support her publicly. Manugo. I don't hear so. I don't know what you think about that. Like I said, some people have been thinking, what could be going on. This could be a time for revenge and all of that. But everything is all about speculations. But the only thing that is very, very realistic is that they are no longer together. But some people are saying, oh, but because of the son, they have together. Well, it is the all needs a discretion to know that or not. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.